Off to a slow start today. It's already 2 p.m. and we're just now starting our third session because of all the fog in the morning. First two sessions fought quite a bit of understeer, brake fade, and one tire fire from that open diff. So let's see if I can change my driving style here to compensate. overall impressions of the car after 3 sessions at Thunderhill West, it's better than I expected, but the main issues that it has are exactly the issues I expected it to have. Number 1, turn-in understeer, which requires a lot of trail braking, proactive trail braking to neutralize that understeer going into a corner. Not used to that driving style yet. With my S2000, with its square wheel and tire setup, I could practically just pitch it into a corner without trail braking, and the front end would just bite. Second issue is brake fade. I'm on stock base 997.1 Carrera 2 brakes, Ferroto DS 2500 pads, Motul RBF 660 fluid. I'm not sure what the weak point is, but I have to guess that the rotors don't have enough heat capacity. The brakes still work, I just have to press on the pedal a lot harder, and I do engage ABS pretty easily. And then the third problem is this car does not come with a factory limited slip differential. It's an open diff, and so coming out of corners and going over bumps under full throttle, I do get a lot of one tire fire. So when it starts to oversteer, I can't just give it more throttle to increase the angle of oversteer, essentially. It just wants to straighten back out. That reduces my overall ability to steer with the throttle and correct my line mid-corner. Those are the 3 things I'm most disappointed with this car. That being said, love the engine, lots of mid-range torque. It revs out really nice and strong to 7,000. I'm short shifting it around 6,500 right now, just to keep the oil temps in check. But it will make power all the way up to 7,000 and a little bit beyond. Shifter's fantastic. Steering feel is on a completely different level to an S2000. Good old hydraulic steering is where it's at. Lots of feedback through the wheel, perfectly weighted. I'm about a second off from my best S2000 lap time right now. That said, I'm on a slightly stickier tire, I would say. These Goodyear Supercar 3s are better than the Federal 595 RSRRs that I used to run on the S2K. This is session number 4, right?
I believe
and we have one more after this.
I think so.
I'm gonna chase my friend in the S2K.
Oh, is that him behind?
Yeah.
tires is still on.
Oh.
Oh shit.
What's that?
Oh fuck.
You hear that? You hear that ticking?
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
Maybe you blew an axle?
Ooh, an axle.
Put it in neutral and accelerate.
I mean,
The engine is fine. Right?
seems fine.
Yeah, I think it's an axle. Try turn and accelerate.
Okay.
Not doing it.
What the hell?
What the fuck was that?
Turn it off and let it cool down. Let's see what
Yeah.
happens. Shit, man.
Look. Well, aside from that, it was awesome, dude.
It was fun otherwise.
Yeah. All right. So I can do the ticking first. So this side. This side, quieter. Now rev it a bit.
So this is happening. Had to pull over about 100 miles into the trip back home to San Jose because the check engine light was on the whole time. It was actually running smooth at constant throttle, 3,000 RPM on the freeway until it wasn't. And the check engine light started flashing. It was running really rough, wouldn't accelerate, so I had to pull over. Now we're waiting for the AAA tow truck to get here and probably take it back to BR Racing since they installed the Motorsport AOS. I'm not saying that's the issue. It could be a lot of different things, but they seem to mostly know what they're doing with Porsches. So I'm gonna drop it off at their doorstep. And there is a ticking from the left side of the engine that Oleg pointed out, that it's a tick that you can hear at idle, and it's RPM dependent. So when I rev the engine higher, the tick gets faster. So that's not good. And I have a code for cylinder 2 misfire.
You want to just go up on those ramps like right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get it clear. Which car parts done? Scan machine.
That works.